Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Please remember to smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Free and easy way to give the youths a strength. Free and easy way to help the channel. And thanks for being here. I want to talk quickly about three players: Damion Lowe, Peter Lee, Vassell, and Shamar Nicholson. Firstly, I'm gonna touch on I'm gonna talk on Damion Lowe a bit. Reports are emerging or have emerged in the last 24 hours. You guys hear it by now that Damion Lowe looks as if he's gonna be joining Inter Miami. I haven't seen any official confirmation from either player or club as yet. So we await that. But from what we are seeing, it does appear as if the player will be making a move to Inter Miami. So let us see if that indeed comes through. As I say, it does. Credible sources are reporting it looks as if that's gonna be the move after him terminating his situation in Alexandria. Right, mutually, both club and player agreed to end that particular situation. Damion Lowe, for me, this is a player that many Reggae Boyz fans have high hopes and high aspirations for. Right, we see a player that can, cut it at a fairly good level. Right, he has previously played in the Norwegian First Division. I would say that's the highest or best league that he has played in to date. This year was a decent year for the player. Many people are calling him arguably the most improved Reggae Boy this particular season. Had some, to the 1 and 2 games in the World Cup qualifiers, he was a bit off. Probably like the Honduras game, if memory serves me right, was not the best, and that's understandable. The player, from the start of the World Cup qualifiers up until that point, was not playing any club football because the league in Egypt was on preseason. So he was for a while in the World Cup qualifiers. He was playing for country, but he wasn't playing for club. So he looked a bit rusty in some of the games. But honestly, this is a player that many Reggae Boyz fans have high hopes for. And the move, if he does indeed move to Inter Miami, decent move. Many would hope that he would get a move to another European league, first division, somewhere in Europe. Many Reggae Boyz fans would love to see the player in Europe. But I'm not gonna complain. Inter Miami, the MLS is a good league, a rising league, an underrated league, I think. And I'm not gonna complain about his move to Inter Miami. Would have liked to have seen him in another European first division. That's Europe is where the prestige is, right? Or even in one of those top 5 leagues in one of those top 5 countries, league structures. Second division in England or a second division in Spain, or but it's Inter Miami is not a bad move. So congrats to the player. He'll be playing for Phil Neville, and also you guys know that David Beckham is the owner of Inter Miami. Another player that I want to talk about is Peter Lee Vassell. Peter Lee Vassell's situation for me is a little bit strange, and it's strange because I watched a number of the players' performances for Indy 11 last season, and the player did reasonably well. I mean, yes, he wasn't a starter, but the player did reasonably well in my opinion. Is it a case that the player who had his game was a better player? that's why he couldn't start. Um, I don't really know the reason why he wasn't starting, but for me personally, I think the player played reasonably well. And I can't understand also why the player was released. I think that is what kind of, I don't know, probably doesn't fit into the coach's plans going forward. I don't know. But I think he did well enough to get better treatment than being released at the end of the season. But it is what it is. He did get released, and luckily for him, and we as Reggae Boys fans are very happy to see that the player would have gotten a move relatively quickly, right? And so he will be playing for Hartford Athletic in the upcoming USL season. A Reggae Boy that again, another one that many people had very high hopes for, right? Especially his national career in the earlier stages would have started in a blaze of glory. Many people would have expected that the player would have been further along on his journey than where he is right now. But there were some bumps and some bruises along the way, and the player is looking forward to getting his career back on track. And I mean, look, Junior Fleming just made the move of his career at 24 years old. Big move to Toulouse. Peter Lee Vassell is 23. So, he still has time where he can really hit the heights and, fulfill his potential. Yes, many of us would have expected it to have taken place earlier, but there is still time and there is still hope. But, I'm happy that the player, has found a new home, and hopefully it is somewhere that he can really settle and really make an impact. I'm a little bit surprised also that it's only a 1-year deal with an option to extend it from the club standpoint. Again, I watched a number of the players' performances. He played in quite a bit of positions for in the 11, and as I said, he did reasonably well. So I'm a little bit surprised that for a 23-year-old, it's only 1 year with an option to extend. But hey, congrats to Peter Lee Vassell, and getting a move to another USL team. Hopefully, he can kick on from here, right? And one more reggae boy I want to talk about, Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson was recently, well, talking foolishness about recently. He was today revealed by his club. When you have on the jersey and you take the nice looking pictures with the jersey on. I didn't speak about this Boza move. Honestly, I was a little bit depressed because of it, and I never wanted to talk about it. I think that I'm happy for the player in terms of one thing you have to give this move its props for. Spartak Moscow is a way bigger football club than Charleroi. I mean, with a very, very prestigious history. It's a way bigger club. My issue was not necessarily the move with club, In terms of, the move from club was a step up, right? Moved from one level to the other where club was concerned. My issue was the league. You ever see a homemade ladder where a homemade ladder that is nailed up with nails and boards isn't really the best made ladder, and you ever see one of those ladders yet and some of the steps are a bit lean, the steps slant to one side, so one side is higher than the next side. This is what I like in this move too. I think that it's the same. The league, Belgium and Russia is almost on the same level, but one league is a little bit higher than the other one. but it's basically in the generally speaking, it's almost on the same level, so you can't really say the player made a step up or took a next step on the ladder where league was concerned. But certainly from a club perspective, Moscow is a bigger club than Charleroi. But I mean, the player seems happy, and once the player is happy, I'm happy. Looks to be happy with this move, looks to be very comfortable with this move. I mean, I guess he knows what he wants, right? And from the players happy, I'm happy. I think footballing terms or footballing reasons, I don't think the move was the best move for the player from a footballing standpoint and from the perspective of his development. From monetary standpoint, from a short-term perspective, it could be a good move for the player, or is a good move for the player from a monetary standpoint. From a monetary standpoint, in the long term, though, I don't think it might be the best move either. But hey, they are more privy to the details of the deal than I am. And the player looks happy, the player looks content. He seemed really happy in those pictures and really comfortable where he is. And as I said, man, to be fair to him, you can't name many reggae boys playing for more or who have played in the past on more prestigious clubs than Spartak Moscow. So, congrats to the player. He was unveiled today by his new club, and we're looking forward to see what Boza does in Russia. Hopefully he hits the ground running and scores a lot of goals in Russia and makes a move relatively quickly from out of Russia. This is supposed to be a stepping stone, not a final, or not a place where I expect the player to make a career or a long-term career there. So guys, that's my 2 cents. Again, smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Damion Lowe's proposed move to Miami, Peter Lee Vassell's move to Hartford, and also, I know many of you have expressed your comments on Boza's move as well. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Take care, stay safe, and until next time.